so much for the $1 million. Oh, that's my drop. I miscounted. That's fine. I don't know if I can catch jump or not. We're just gonna go. Just kidding, I can catch jump. Oh, get up there. I have no idea what my time is. I'm on the wrong split. Who needs splits anyway? Hello, Future Rush. How's it going? What is frame counter, right? I don't think I'm anywhere near PB. Just FYI. Oh, we got hit. Oh, leave me alone. Why? Why you do this? Well, whoopsie. That guy's a jerk.
Okay.
Okay, I think you can hear that. All right. All right. I went the wrong way. All right, so let's test. Where's Frogger? There it is. Probably no Sequest, maybe pressure cooker. because I've been under some pressure. And maybe millipede. We'll see what we got.
Oh my gosh. Campfuna? Campfuna 8? Campfuna 8. I am so sorry. Feel free to unfollow and ban me from your channel. I am so sorry. But thank you all so much for coming out. You are all awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you to Salsa Shack and Pico de Gallo for putting all this on. Ready, kinda. Alright. You'll see.
Okay. I hope. Let's see. No. You go away. Does that say mic? Hopefully that. Just can't win with this stuff today, man. Like, let's see. Which one is sound? Here we go. Let's test our mic input. Levels. They're pretty up there, but there's no boom. Welcome. Thanks for the raid, Mr. Trav. Welcome, Salsa Shack. If you need, let me know if you can actually hear me. Whoa, that was wild. Let me try this one last thing. We'll just crank it to 11. Because, yeah, it doesn't seem like it's coming through super great. Properties, levels, all the way. Okay, welcome to Camp Huna's channel during this wonderful birthday celebration of the Salsa Shack. Turn down my recording here. Oh shoot, stream record. We got a local record too. Let's do that. Yo, what are you doing? There we go. Alright, so hello. Put a gain filter on. Okay. Try that real quick. I just disconnected my mic for a second there. Holy cow. That's a lot of people. All right, let's see. Right-click the source. My problem is my laptop is facing the TV, as you can see. Where is that mic? Well, shoot. Oh, there we go. Filters. There we go. Add. Gain. Okay, let me know how that worked. Let me know how that worked. All right, so we're going to start off with Freeway. We're going to do some Atari Shenanigans. You're going to see when I switch games that I have to do some more shenanigans to get it to show up on color on this beautiful Big Bertha CRT. And I wanted to also share, as I get started with this Freeway, I was just looking at the manual, of course, on a different computer, and I had no idea that they actually had like assigned each game level. So you can see here when I do the game select 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They actually had given the name of each of the freeways that these stood for. So we're not going to do all of them because we want to mix it up in. I've already used up 8 minutes of my 30 minutes of time. But let's do this. Yeah, we'll go to the game manual. So games 1, 2, 3, 4 are really the 4 variations. And 5, 6, 7, 8 are the same but more difficult. And the names... Game 1 is the Lakeshore Drive in Chicago at 3 a.m. Game 2, we'll just give you a little brief. Okay, that's Lakeshore Drive. Game 2 is I-5 Seattle, which I moved to from Hawaii as a young pup. And this is what game 2 looks like. And this is at 6 a.m. And I am unfortunately all too familiar with this traffic. Santa Monica Freeway, LA at 10 a.m. right here. Okay. This is Bayshore Freeway, San Francisco at night, all trucks. This is the John Lodge Expressway, Detroit at 9 p.m. This is the Beltway, Washington, D.C. at 6 p.m. That's probably the one I'm going to do, but pretending it's I-5. This is the LBJ Freeway in Dallas. And then we finish with the Long Island Expressway, 3 a.m. But let's, we're going to... let's do the LBJ Freeway. Why not? We'll do a couple runs of this. I put it on hard mode where if you get hit, you get all the way back. At least, oh no, I didn't. Let's switch that real quick. I had it that way. Yep, there you go. Whew, look at that quick change. I apologize. Let's see. Oh my gosh. So this is a Roots event, and while I'm fooling around with some of these old school games, I wanted to share my roots. I was a young pup, a young haole boy on the island of Oahu, and had moved there from being born in Mississippi. And when I was about 13, I lived there till I was 15, but when I was about 13 is when I first heard of Nintendo. I had recently heard of or had a friend in the apartment buildings that I lived in. I used to live in these when I first moved there and when I last moved there. Whoa, that didn't go all the way back. Okay, and when I last lived there, so a lot of apartment buildings in Hawaii are just high rises. So when I first moved there and lived with my grandma, she lived on like the 17th floor of the Queen building. There was a Prince and a King building, and I would go and visit a friend that lived. I think he also lived in the Queen building, and that was the first time I saw a Coleco. And honestly, the only time I've ever seen a Coleco in play. And it was very brief. Like I don't think I even walked into his house. I saw it from the doorway. My recollection fits. But I had already played a lot of Atari as a kid, and this game Freeway is an absolute hoot when you play, especially with two players. One player does not do it justice. You see those times blinking. Let's do one more. We'll finish with supposedly one of the hardest or numbers. Yeah, it said 3 or 7, and getting a score of 20. So let's try 7 one more time and see if we can get a score of 20 to join the Save the Chicken Foundation is what it's called. I think Pico, you could appreciate the Save the Chicken Foundation. Our neighbors had chickens here, where I live now, in wonderful Cascadia, Pacific Northwest. But I'm semi-urban, live in the city of Tacoma, but it's a different kind of urban. Put it that way. It's kind of an old port city. All right. So my roots, I played a lot of Atari when I was young, and I did not have a Nintendo until I first moved here to Washington in the summer of '88, and that's the majority of what I play these days. And it all started with Super Mario Brothers and Mike Tyson Punch-Out. Wow. Oh. I'm not really sharing my skills here very much because I'm not really super focused on the gameplay. Snuck it in there. And then when I moved here, obviously played Nintendo for a while. And, I'm a big football fan. Tecmo Bowl came out, and that was a game that I just wore out. And I would play Chicago versus San Francisco versus my buddies. I would always be Chicago. They would always be the Niners with the 3-pass plays like the Dolphins had. And it was just kind of my style. And then the greatest game that ever lived came out, and that is Tecmo Super Bowl. Right after I graduated high school, the December after I graduated high school. So talk about a gift. And so I am I'm rocking, I don't know if you can see, I'm rocking my Tecmo Super Bowl shirt. Oh no, I'm not going to make 20. And I actually didn't get into playing online Tecmo Super Bowl until my brother-in-law shared with me. Thanks, Bite Porter. I'm sorry I'm not paying attention to chat as much as I would like to. Get on my cartridges. So the next part I'm going to play is, let's see if I can show it here, Frogger. And you'll get to see this is what it looks like when I turn it on, and I have to do some gymnastics with this old biddy. This doesn't happen with my Astrocade, I don't think. It only happens with the Nintendo. So what I have to do is I have to turn picture in picture on, and I have to also have, and just to the side here, I have my Nintendo on and plugged into a composite input, and I have to switch the picture in picture. Hello, switch it, swap, and then you can see it's kind of color there on the bottom, and then I switch it again, and it's color up here, and then I turn picture in picture off. That's what I got to do to play Atari in color on this TV. So uh, after not knowing that, I've played Tecmo Super Bowl since it came out. Had some lean years as a probably in the early 2000s after I had moved here to Tacoma. Was not near many friends that I knew, and sorry, my dad just texted me. Today's my dad's birthday. Shout out to him. But he lives down in Baton Rouge, and they're kind of gearing up for Ida. So prayers out to them. Um, and so yeah, we'll talk about my streaming of where it started because it started with Tecmo Super Bowl. Talking about Frogger here. The sad part is I don't think you can hear. Let me see if I can turn up the sound, and maybe it'll come across on my voice. It's beautiful, beautiful music. This is the first game that I remember getting for like a birthday. I already had like the combats and the missile commands. And I got this and one other one, but this one resonated a lot more. The next year I ended up getting Freeway, I believe. Freeway is such a great game. What I have now is not what I had as a kid because I did not have. Ooh, that was dangerous. I did not have all of my. Oh no. I did not have all of my Atari stuff travel with me. Let's see if we can get this one. Oh no! I thought I went up. We want to get that lady frog. That's white. It comes every 2 cycles, I think. Oh man. Oh, he's going down. Oof. All right, see if we can get this last one. And so yeah, most of what I played a lot of Pitfall. I had Pitfall 2 back in those days. Not Pitfall 2, but Pitfall also. There we go. Yeah. No, it's true. Like other ones like Nintendo actually made one of the ones that I was playing. I forget. I just saw Nintendo was a developer for this Atari game. It's like, whoa. Actually, it might have been Popeye. Okay, so fast forward. After I, grew up down here in Tacoma, I never really played online games until my best man at my wedding, my best friend, turned me on to a first-person shooter game called Killing Floor. So that was the first time I ever got on Steam, first time I ever used a mouse and keyboard to play a game, and first time I ever played a first-person shooter. And let me tell you, I wore Killing Floor out for especially those first 2 years. And then one day, my brother-in-law was over at the house. He lives just a couple blocks away with my wife's sister, and I was just talking about how to me is still the best video game of all time because I played Killing Floor with him. Ooh, am I gonna make it? Nope. Oh no. Oh wow. And then how much time I got? Ooh, about 10 minutes. He said, "Yo, why don't you look into playing Tecmo Online?" I was like, I had never considered that. So, fun fact, I've actually been streaming since Twitch was just in TV. I came in right at the transition time, so I was really confused because it was new to me, and I was used to using Justin TV as the platform. And yeah, and the weird thing about us Tecmo Bowl streamers, so it really blew up during this pandemic, and only in the last year or so have Tecmo Bowl streamers been starting to try and get monetized, and I think that's because we got so much more of an audience with the pandemic, with the huge online tournament called Thunderdome really kind of jumped in together with that. But yeah, I've been streaming since 2011. And I was really bummed when Twitch stopped keeping all of your videos, and I did not keep, save all of them as I wanted to on YouTube. There's a few that I lost out on, but ooh, child. Oh, wow. Yeah, technically I am an OG streamer, although I don't stream all that terribly often. Um, but yeah, like especially I kind of laugh at the guys in, because I'm very embedded in the Tecmo community, and they don't know. Everybody's so young. I'm another community I'm in. I call myself the toxic boomer of the group. A bunch of young guys that are into retro games, called Bits and Glory. Shout outs to Bits. But yeah, so want to finish explaining my story, because I want to tie it into getting to the Salsa Shack, because the Salsa Shack to me is one of the greatest communities I've ever been privy to be a part of, and shouts out to my fellow Russian Attack friend, Pico, connoisseur. What's the word I'm looking for? Like pushing forward, advancing the styles of Russian Attack. Oh God, this isn't going to work out well. So after a few years of streaming that, I ended up becoming a dad for the first time. What's the other one I was going to do? Frostbite. We'll do Frostbite last. We'll get at least those three. Because I have about 5 more minutes. Let's see what we can do here. So basically, while I was trying to, more so my second daughter, she was more of a restless sleeper, and so there it is. So I would that music. So I would walk her around with Twitch on. That was the first time I started really watching Twitch more for other kind of content. And shout out to Big John, if you're familiar with Big John. He was one of the first ones that I really tuned into. He would play Blaster Master all the time. I remember playing Blaster Master as a kid and beating it after I'd rented it, which trying to engage with it today was something else. All right, this is Frostbite. This is one of the ones I found later in my life. It is such a great game. Starts off kind of slow. And this is an Activision game. Oh, I'm in trouble already. Goodness gracious. That was kind of dumb. That shouldn't happen. Okay, so then, Big John got me into learning or seeing, that. I mean, I knew it was pretty present, but yeah, I feel you about Blaster Master. It was the reason I remember beating it was because how hard it was, Blaster Master. Luckily, they did have those mats with you, or those maps on the not maps, but I mean it was kind of a map. But without the manual, that would have been impossible. So anyways, let me finish up here before I got to wrap up, because we're about 5 minutes away from... I'm sorry, I'm so discombobulated with... my laptop is right here. Ugh, and I can't really see it. Okay. Big John was one. And so what I ended up doing... look at those pro moves right there. Was seeing another... another friend that was into the Big 20. And that was Big 20 number 3. And then that's when I started to kind of mess around. And I don't speedrun all that much, but when I do, I enjoy it immensely. And I kind of like stupid hard games. Like Ninja Gaiden's right up my alley, but I didn't learn that one until recently. The first one that I remember also having as a kid and really wanting to beat. And it took me a couple months of just popping it in at night after the kids went to bed. Was Ghosts and Goblins, and I think that's the first one I ever like timed myself on. Boom, we're at night. Look at that beautiful palette. So, hey, thanks, Pico. So Ghosts and Goblins, I never really beat the second level that I remember. I might have beat the second level and never got past that first red armor. Because, good lord, those guys, as somebody who has never really explored... Ooh, are we going to do... Okay, we're going to do it. I think we'll go until we lose this game, and then we'll pass it on. And, can you remind me, Pico, who it is that I'm... Oh, shit. You got to watch out for that bear. Who am I tagging it onto? I'm in trouble. Okay, fish are good. We want fish. Oh, jeez. Look at him drowning. Ah! No! I can get like 70 or 80,000 on a good day. This isn't my best effort. I think every 5,000 you get an extra guy. So I'm pretty close. So anyways, long story short... Oh my gosh! Come on, Craig. Long story short, after watching that... oh no. Well, that was fun while it lasted. After watching the... you know what, Pico? Oh yeah. I got a special... that's it. I got a special one for you. And this one I think I got to play with player 2, if I'm not mistaken. What did I do with it? There you go, sir. Alright. Won't do very long before we pass it on over. Working player, okay. Yeah, those armors. Let me tell you, what a great feeling it was to beat Ghosts and Goblins for the first time. And then you hear, oh yeah, it's 2 loops. But honestly, I mean, the second loop is definitely harder. But being able to beat the first loop gave me a lot of confidence that I could beat the second loop. And it was a very fun challenge. So, honestly, that's one of my favorite games. Russian Attack, I didn't beat until the From Russian with Love. All right. Working player, let me know if you are available or if you're ready, and or maybe Pico, you could share. Oh yeah, we got to switch controllers. Where is this controller? Oh, we're gonna use the actual one. Oh shoot, rough scene. The Atari, yes, the Atari 26 does train you well for the rough RNG, and I'll tell you, one game that I just recently got to work as a cart. I never really I have a Harmony cartridge, but it's kind of oh shoot, it's kind of touchy sometimes. Is Pitfall 2, and what a fun game that is. My gosh, a game you can beat. Uh-oh, here we go. You gotta watch out. Where are you gonna... Uh-oh. Come here, buddy. Oh, man. Alright, there we go. There's a little Wizard of War for you. Okay. Let's see. Is working player available? Oh, I saw some stuff from working player. Oh, yeah, okay. In the meantime, let's just, at least we can hear the music for Pitfall 2. Interesting brown cover. And if you do it kind of the conventional way, you end up right below there, saving that guy. I forgot his name. Sorry, that was a short Wizard of War. Let me know if working player is ready, and I'll do the thing with the rating. I want to say that's one other thing I wanted to mention with. Let's get some music on here. Oh, it's the other controller dummy. Come on. Ooh, that's kind of loud. Tecmo streamers, we stream matches that we get with other guys, and the games last 20 minutes or so, and sometimes there's a double header. And we're just not a really normal like set from when you're talking about retro games, because the rating is not really a thing in our community. It's just get out of there, and I don't really need to go all this way. Let's see what happens when I fall. There we go. You know, Pitfall. When I re-got the Atari, I went and got one off of Craigslist, probably about 10 years ago. I deep dove into Pitfall and mapped it out myself. I recently looked it up on Google how you can have. Oh yeah, this is what I like to do on this one. And tried. I never quite got all of the treasure. I came pretty close, but I had the plan, and then I lost all those. I had put it on little sticky notes. I would say Pitfall is much harder than Pitfall 2. Personally, I think Pitfall 2 is actually relatively pretty easy. I mean, I beat it in one night. Definitely couldn't say that about Pitfall. Help me out here. Oh, okay, working player. I see that now. All right, so let's go ahead and raid working player. Thank you so much for joining me today and for celebrating this wonderful retro community, Salsa Shack community. Let's go ahead and raid our guy, working player. I don't want that. I'm not super, what's the word, literate in raiding. I've done it a couple times. I'm not really I don't usually have a whole bunch of people with me anyways. I know that doesn't really matter. Working player. For F's sake. Well, that's because that doesn't spell working. Aren't you supposed to be able to raid channels you follow? I don't follow all these. There it is. Okay. All right. So we'll start the raid here. Thanks again for joining me. Go Salsa Shack. Go Retro. Happy Saturday. Let's go. Raid. I'll try that. I want to copy the message. Raid working player. Whoops. Tap to raid now. There we go.